The slate.
Does it matter what order I play these?
No, you do it however you want to.
Okay.
Very interesting.
It is to see all the local musicians. We know Clark and we know Terry.
That's true.
We met both of them.
And David Kane.
And we met David.
Yeah.
We met all three of them. Because they're local people, that's why. We wouldn't have met them if they were national people.
We've met national people.
You know what I fucking mean. We've met a lot. We've met at least 20 national people. Shit. Some of them aren't musicians, though, but they're national.
We met those Spirit of the West guys.
Oh, yeah. They're from Ireland or something, right?
No, they're from Canada, Vancouver.
Oh.
Good thing we're not
still met
taping
them,
this.
Okay, start the timer when you hear the click, okay?
Yeah.
Make sure
I didn't hear it. Okay.
Wow. Finally get to see my name in.
Okay, it worked. All right. Let's see if this music works. That's the key.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, that was good. What was that, Lance?
That was This Is It by the Jumpers.
So that's an oldie. Is that an oldie?
That's an oldie.
For how many decades ago? Like 40 years ago?
Not quite 40.
30-some years ago?
30-some years ago, probably.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think that was late 70s, probably.
That's the kind of era that Ken likes. What's going on there? Oh, it's
Thought we were taking off.
Richard is decapitating people in the kitchen.
What's going on there, Ken? Oh,
Mr. McLaughlin. McLaughlin?
Yeah.
He's got his chainsaw out and he's
Something's
decapitating people.
So tonight we're here with Lance. And what interests you, Lance?
What interests me?
You must have some interest.
I really have no interest. Was I supposed to come with interest? I didn't know.
I thought you'd have interest.
Well, you have a stack of local music here. That
I
can
have
be
local
construed
music, yes.
As an
Does
interest.
local interest music?
I don't like local music. I just brought them.
So why do you have all these CDs?
I was given them by a homeless man, actually. And
So you never
Did you
paid
get-
for any of your local CDs?
no,
right?
I paid him $3 for them. Come on.
You paid the local
Yeah.
the homeless man. You gave him $3. It's a
I gave him
$3 tip, really.
Well, yeah, you know.
All right. So you like homeless people then?
You like homeless
No,
people?
I don't like homeless people.
You're interested in homeless people?
Actually, let me rephrase that. I have nothing against homeless people.
You didn't say you didn't like homeless people a
No.
second ago.
No. I love homeless people. That could be misconstrued, too.
Why do you love homeless people?
Well, I don't love all homeless people.
All right, are any of the
you see,
homeless
that was
people,
a little broad.
Yeah, if you love
know.
broad. Are all any of these bands, local bands, have homeless people who are in the bands?
They may not have been homeless at the time
But
they
now
recorded,
they-
but they might be now.
Now they are.
Yes, yeah.
Can you name names?
Chances are
I
very
can't name names.
good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
They probably don't have Facebook pages. They probably don't have cell phones.
'Cause
But
they're homeless.
those are the ones who kind of fall through the cracks. Yeah.
How many homeless people do you think have
Fit
Facebook
in the
pages
phone
and
book.
cell phones?
They may not have cell phones, but
A
they
lot
can
of them have
probably
Facebook pages,
They
though,
can
right?
probably go to the library and use the
Yeah,
computers
right.
there and
Free.
keep up.
They
Yeah.
they probably
free.
do.
Yeah.
They probably use the same ones that Ken used to use.
Yeah.
No, you did, Ken. You weren't
think so.
homeless. You weren't homeless, were you?
No, sir.
No, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
What about your acting, Lance? Did you always know you want to be an actor?
No,
were a
actually,
child?
no, I didn't. I never did anything with acting until probably late '90s, and how
So
I
you were
got
older. Yeah.
older. Yeah.
How did that happen? I mean,
Basically, I'd probably been told too many times that, like, oh, you have a great voice for radio.
oh, you do have a great voice for
Yeah,
radio.
you
Too
do.
bad this is television or YouTube, but still.
You
We
know-
can just get rid of you on the screen. You keep talking. Go ahead.
Anyway.
Great voice for radio.
Anyway, so I kept hearing that, and I figured, like, well, why don't I pursue it? And it's like, so I started looking up some people on the internet who were, who I saw were listed as being somehow involved with radio or voice work or whatever, and I kind of, got some references from them, and I started going out to Chameleon Studios, which is where they actually do a lot of the commercial work in Buffalo. And from there, I hooked up with a woman named Tony Silveri, who runs the Voice Actor Workshop of Western New York, got involved with that, and that got me into doing voice acting. And then from
Like
there,
what kind of voice acting?
commercial work, announcers, just little 30-second, 60-second radio commercials, things
For like
of that
what?
nature.
Mighty Taco or something?
Well, for almost anything. I mean, I
Tops?
never. Actually, I had an Andrews Jewelers.
Wow, Andrews Jewelers.
Yeah, I had a couple things. I only had a handful though. I actually never did a lot with voice work, and it becomes one of those things where people fall into a little niche and they have certain voices that become kind of in vogue for a while, and that's great. But I never made that big crack with that. But then I got involved in doing on camera because people were telling me, well, you should do on camera stuff too, which I never thought about. And I started
You
taking.
didn't think you were beautiful enough?
Probably that, or maybe just the fact that I never thought of it that way. I
Right.
never even thought of pursuing it. But it's the same type of thing that you have to put in, because even if you're doing voice work, if you're doing good voice work, you have to set up all the things the same way you do when you're an actor. You have to have the backstory. You have to have, why am I saying whatever I'm saying? Even if it's the most inane blurb that you have to read, you have to present it that there's something there that you're not.
Have you a
just-
backstory? Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes, Greg.
So what if-
I've told
if
you
you're-
this many times, but
Yes.
apparently it doesn't make it.
Hold on. What was that, Paula?
I said I've told you this many times. That's why I create the backstory for the people. I know you don't think it's
Oh,
means
we asked
anything.
Lance about this again.
Yeah.
Backstory on what?
When the character,
Ken, when you
More
play,
definite here. What
the
do you mean?
characters, like your character.
remember you played the character in
I
our
ex-
movie, the two movies?
The
I
movie.
Remember she gave you all the
explained to
backstory about your
I
life
explained
and all
to
that?
you what kind of person you were.
Remember that?
Yeah, that's.
Did
the
you use that,
backstory.
Ken, in your
I got
acting?
you. I got you. No.
Did you use that in the acting? No.
Maybe.
not really.
Maybe a little.
Yeah.
So if you're doing some kind of play or a movie or whatever video, you want someone to give you a backstory, or do you make it up yourself?
No, you probably, what you might do is you might ask the director who is ever in charge of the spot, like if they have anything to give you that they want you to go in a certain path.
Did I give you anything when you acted for me?
You may have a little bit, and it's already being a couple months ago. I'm not going to really delve into it because I know it's not out there yet. But
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where even if it's just a little bit, even if it's just what happened, the few minutes before you're coming into that scene, you have to put that on there. And what's your relationship with the other character? What do you want to get out of it?
Are you sure?
You have to have a
I
goal.
never did that for any of my movies. I never really did that.
Because you don't understand that you have to understand who you're playing before you can play
Yeah.
them. You're not just reading lines.
Like every scene has a dynamic where there's kind of somebody's in a lower position, somebody's in a higher position,
life.
perhaps, and there's always a conflict.
like right now, who's in a higher position, me or you?
Well, it's you. It's your show.
Really?
And you have
I'm
the,
sorry, you
Playboy.
made a mistake there. It's Kenny Vaughn's Freak Show.
Talking about scenes, like where
Yeah.
to stand in a scene.
And I said, where are we right now, though? Like I said, because I said it's like
Well, I was
life.
just talking about a particular
Please
scene.
don't swear on your show.
Yeah.
Why?
Because this is goes on cable access TV. They don't like swearing.
Oh,
Don't you understand that? Back
no,
to
not
Lance.
really.
Now, do you actually pull that out when he swears, or?
Pull out what? His
Like, do you
swearing?
have do you have
No, we don't do that anymore. We could. In the old days, we could have.
He pulls
now,
it
Now
out.
we don't pull.
Well, no, I don't. I'd really rather he didn't pull it out right now, but
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Pull it out.
Yeah.
Let's listen to some more music. Made it to the Pinheads
Yeah.
with Scott Talbottia. There's Kent Weber with Scott Talbottia on there.
It's actually Kent Weber is on here.
What about
Yes.
Joe Kennedy? Is he on here?
I don't know that Joe Kennedy's on this one.
Is there a?
Actually, this
Say
one
here.
is got Dante's on there.
There's no Joe Kennedy on this. Oh my God! I can't. Let me see. It says there's the guy's name on the CD.
Well, then maybe it is.
It says written by him. Oh, here's a picture of him inside. So I
Well,
think
there he is. Then he's
so
on
there
there.
he is on it.
Yes.
And Kent Weber. Okay, all
Yes.
three of our favorites. Joe Kennedy. You've seen his new band yet? Card Sheets.
That's
Joe
yeah.
Kennedy.
Actually, I did. I saw him at the Strummer thing.
It's good, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, it's very good. All right, so hopefully this is Pinheads. If this is Pinheads, what song is it?
That's going to be. I think it's Hands Off.
Hands Off, yeah. So Scott Talbottia saying "Hands off me, ladies."
You'll be
It's
back?
something like that. Yeah.
What happened, Paul? You're leaving? Can't take. Oh.
Uh-oh.
You all right?
Uh-oh.
All right, here we go. Let's see if this is Pinheads. If it works, here we go.
I fall down on my knees and pray.
so catchy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about him keeping his hands off her. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah. I think that was around their Howard Stern period, probably.
Yeah, it's Scott Talbot. He's a good artist.
Yeah.
So you like that guy better, or you like Terry Sullivan better?
I like them both, but I mean,
They're
obviously,
apples and oranges, right?
well, they're apples and oranges, or
Yeah.
pomegranates and grapes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But actually, I mean, obviously, I have much more relationship with Terry. I haven't seen Scott in years.
Yeah. Is he dead?
I don't think so.
He's still alive somewhere?
I'm pretty sure he's still alive. We would have heard about it.
So let's go back to the acting. I'm interested in the acting because you started doing. When you started going on you started doing commercials on TV when you went off the voice and you started being on camera.
First thing I started doing was once I started going out for on camera things. I think one of the first things I did was some sort of a promo film for Buffalo News. I was a cop in that, driving a cop car, which was kind of cool. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, that was
Did
fun.
you feel like shooting people, unarmed people?
No, I didn't. They didn't give me. They gave me the suit. They didn't give me the gun. They took the
Billy
computer
Club?
out of there. It didn't really matter. I was in the car.
Right.
So you didn't need it for the scene.
No. Hey, what are you doing? Hey.
Oh.
Okay.
But yeah, I did that, and then from there I did a number of other things. I did a whole series of commercials for digital TV on WNED that I did with Connie McEwen.
Connie McEwen. Now, what do you think of her acting ability?
I like her.
Did you see her nude in The Graduate?
No, I missed The Graduate.
Oh, but did you want to see her nude in The Graduate?
If I would have gone to see The Graduate,
I think we all wanted to see her nude in The Graduate.
Yeah.
Right?
I know I did.
I actually told Paula we're not going because
I did. I
didn't
liked
want to
looking
go.
at
I didn't want to
naked people.
skip
I've told you
Connie's
that.
other plays over
Yeah.
the years, and then go see her just because she's nude in something. That seems kind of pushy, so I didn't go.
Is the wood chopper on again?
Yeah, the wood chopper's on again, yeah. That's part of the show's ambiance.
Okay.
It's a freak show. You hear the Connie
Yeah.
Vaughan's freak show is known for the wood chopper. But yeah, so you worked with Connie, and she's a good actor.
Yeah.
I believe she's pretty good.
Yeah, she's really good.
I like her work. Oh, she's really good. Is she pretty good or really good?
She's you think she's pretty good? I think she's really good.
She's really good.
We'll
Better
call
than
it
pretty
there.
good, right? Yeah, she is good. And who else
Yeah.
did you work with in the local acting community? Any other stars besides Connie McEwen?
I'm sure. I mean, I worked with a lot of people over the years. I did stuff in Rochester. I did film in Ithaca. Did an indie down there.
What was that called?
That's called Waiting on Alfie.
And how was that? Is that like the Who's Afraid of You, Alfie? That character with
No,
what's it all about?
the Michael Caine thing from the '60s.
Alfie.
No. Actually, it was.
What's it all about?
Hold on a second. Paul's got to sing.
Alfie,
Ken's not
is
understanding
it
what
just
she's doing.
for the moment we live? What's it all about?
All right, Paul.
When
Thank you.
you
Barbara
sort it
Streisand.
out, Alfie.
No, very good, very good. Okay.
Actually, I think it was Dionne Warwick.
Yeah. What was that movie about?
Well, basically, it was about a
Cops are here.
It was about a hitman coming to a diner to basically rub out a mob guy that he'd known over the years, and he was showing up there to rub him out. And the hitman's name was Gus, and the
Joe
guy.
Giambra? Joe Giambra
Not
in that one?
not Joel Giambra. No,
Joe Giambra.
Not Joe or Joel. No, neither
Was
of them.
Joel act too?
There were no
No
Giambras?
Giambras.
no Giambras.
Frank
anywhere.
Giambra? Was Frank Giambra in it?
No.
It was Giambra
no,
free.
no.
So what did you play in that?
I played the hitman.
Wow, so you killed somebody in the movie?
I wouldn't tell you because that could blow the movie. Because I was basically.
Is it out or it's an older one, right?
It's out in Japan somewhere or something.
Out in Japan.
It's
So you made it nearby here,
I
and it's
can't-
out in
I
Japan.
can't
It's out
make
in
it to
Japan. It
Japan.
didn't.
What does
it
that
didn't get,
mean, Lance?
It didn't get picked up here. I've heard some people in Japan like it. But
Japan, like what? In a theater, on a DVD?
I don't know. I think it might just be like a garage, and they have like a screen, and they show these things, and
Yeah.
like
Underground American cult classics.
We
I-
never,
And ours there.
we never
Yeah.
looked into Japanese distribution.
yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
So you saw it. It was good. You did
Yeah,
your job as a hitman.
I thought it was well put together. I mean, the thing is, there's always things you look back on and you go like, okay, you could tweak this, or
Yeah, right. It's always
Yeah.
always going to do that. When Ken played a hitman in my movie, his name was Fingers, and the mob boss said, "If you don't do what I say, they're going to call you Finger."
Okay.
Yeah, that was something.
That sounds intimidating.
What other movies did you do
What else
besides
did
the
I?
Alfie film?
Actually,
The Big Japan Alfie film.
The Big Japan Alfie film. It gets played in Ithaca on occasion too.
Ithaca and
Yes.
Japan.
Ithaca, and
Ithaca,
Japan.
New York, and Japan.
Yes.
The whole
Hey.
country in Japan.
I don't know
Or just
if everybody
Tokyo,
gets to
or-
see it at once. You know, they might have special screenings probably, like
put it- they
New
put
Year's
it on the,
Eve.
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
sky.
New
when-
Year's Eve
Hey, I
screenings.
like
Yeah.
that.
They put it across the sky. It's amazing.
And the
I
blimp.
think that would be pretty cool.
Oh my God! So you think in Japan, your movie that you made in Ithaca might be showing a blimp in the sky?
I like it.
Is that what you're saying?
It could be. It could be. You know.
We have no information about
Of
that.
course
Yeah,
it
but-
could be, but that's so
I-
unlikely, isn't it?
Well, you never know.
No, you never do
You
know.
just
So
don't know.
You're imagining it might be in a blip in the sky on New Year's Eve in Japan.
Wouldn't that be
somewhere.
cool?
That would be very
Yeah.
That would be
cool.
great.
If
Yeah.
you're being a
Yeah.
hitman.
Yeah.
Let's just say it is.
Let's
Yeah.
just say it is.
Let's just say it is.
That's fascinating. No wonder you like talking about this movie.
Yeah. And then
it's in Japan in a blimp on New Year's Eve in the sky.
No,
That's
it's
great.
really it was fun to do, and it was great to work with all the people on it and what have you. And
Yeah.
it was a cool experience. But
Well,
yeah, it didn't make it farther than Japan,
No.
and it might be.
Japan's pretty far.
Yeah.
Didn't make it far to Japan. It's fucking way the fuck over there across the world.
Yeah, it's
What do you mean
great,
it didn't make it that far? It only made it as far as Japan, this movie. I'm just kind of
Well,
disappointed.
it's probably okay. I'm probably overstating. It's probably like 3 guys in Japan who own the
in a
DVD.
blimp. They own a blimp, and they own a DVD, and they have a little screen inside the blimp, and not inside
Yeah.
the blimp. Oh,
Do you know
my
if
God.
It's the only in-flight movie they
If you
have.
Oh, the
go
in-flight
to-
movie they have,
If you
of
go to
course.
Japan, you could probably
probably be a star.
one of those stars that when they pick you up on the street and they say you want to be in a game show, and then you
Yeah,
become
definitely.
the host.
I think some. I think if I get off the plane in Japan and somebody comes up to me and says, "You want to be in a game show and get in the car," I probably wouldn't do it. Yeah, it sounds rigged.
But you
I don't
told
know.
me earlier before the show started you would sell your soul to Hollywood if they put you in a sitcom.
I didn't say I'd sell my soul. I
You
said
said
I'd
you'd sell your soul to Hollywood, do a crummy sitcom, a bad TV show. You said
I didn't say I would sell my
Bad-
soul. I
no.
said I would do
for decent pay.
for decent pay. I would gladly do
crummy
it.
sitcom.
I would do a crummy sitcom. It's like
And what other movies were you in besides the Ithaca movie?
there was a movie I shot outside of Jamestown. Actually,
Did that
and
make it as far as like China? Or?
it made it to Jamestown.
Oh, wow!
Yeah,
The home with the.
but it was called The Black Cat. David Kane scored it.
Wow.
And
Did you ever see Shadow Creatures?
no, actually, I never saw Shadow
Oh,
Creatures.
it's some movie. Oh
Yeah,
my God.
They could probably be on a double bill.
David Kane scored it. So did he do a good score?
Yeah, it was a great score.
He never screws up, does he?
Well, it really.
He's never made any mistakes, has he?
I don't know. I haven't. I mean, I know the man, but I don't
Yeah.
follow like everything he
Every
does all
second.
day. So
No.
I'm sure he makes mistakes.
24/7. You're not with him 24/7.
No.
No.
But did that actually? I've done
Are you a
a.
hitman in the Black Cat?
No, I was although I was a killer.
A killer.
Yeah.
I think we're coming up with a theme here.
No. I started out as a cop. Then I was a gangster. Then I was a killer. Actually, with the Connie things, I was a father in there. So I was a
that's
nice
different.
dad.
But when you were with me, you were talking to a killer in my movie. So
Yes.
you were lecturing a killer in his mind about what to do.
Yes.
So I think there's a theme here.
There's a common
Besides
thread.
that father thing.
Yeah.
What scene did he do?
He played the teacher of Holden Caulfield, Mr. Antonini.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
he says, you're going into a deep, dark hole here, Holden. You're going for a deep fall here. I know what's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
And it's so far into the movie that Holden Caulfield already looks like Mark Chapman. He's already Chapman. He's sitting in the bed going, so.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a great actor. You're a great actor.
Well, thank you.
Wow. So were you just as great in all the things you did with the other movies? Were you just as good as you were in my scene?
Well-
Top of the line, A+?
I haven't seen your movie yet,
No,
so I don't.
no, but
Either
I'll-
of which-
I'm saying,
Well, because of Japan.
I'm saying you A+ in all the movies you're talking about that you've.
I try to bring it.
You
Let's
always
put it that
top
way.
drawer, Lance.
I try to be top drawer. Yeah.
Wow. But
Yeah.
did you succeed? Do you feel you succeeded?
I don't know. It's like I'd like to think so, but like I said, you can always look back on something and go like, well, yeah, if I win
There's
again,
always
I would
a
go
tweaking.
bing, bing, bing. Yeah,
later
exactly.
on. Well, I mean, have you seen Black Cat in the other movies, or just the?
Yeah,
okay.
Black Cat was shot over a series of like 4 years. So there's
4 years.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it was crazy.
Were you in any of Sal Monaco's movies? The Observer, Sal Monaco.
No,
You know who he is?
No.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you know?
so I couldn't be in his movies. Yeah,
But if Sal Monaco came to you with a plum part, because I think he's going to see this show and want to book you in his third movie probably, or his second movie. Right,
well, I
Kat?
don't know
you think
Sal, so I'd probably want to know about it. Yeah.
All right, well, it's going to be a bunch of crap.
Okay.
I mean, it's going to be a
There's
really
going to be a lot
epic-
more parties than there's going to be
Gotcha.
actual
Oh,
working
Lord.
time.
Well, Parties are good too, but
Parties are good. Do you do a lot of partying, or are you just serious when you're making these movies, when you're making these films, doing these voiceovers? Are you serious, or are you getting wasted and partying?
you can't get wasted and party while you're doing these
No,
things.
so
Maybe
you're very
after
serious,
when
yeah.
it's all said and done, you put it to bed, then you can. But yeah,
Have there ever been like after when the final wrap parties for you, when the movie ends, you actually get together with people and
yeah,
party on?
yeah. That's
Officially, like, hey, we're all meeting to wrap.
Well, actually, even like when I mentioned Waiting on Alfie, the last day of shooting, we basically just we did the last scenes, and then we just opened up on the set and just had food, a couple drinks, did a lot of photos, just hung out.
Right.
So yeah.
We've
What
never
about-
done that, have
Yeah.
we?
No. What about? No, we're never going to either. What? No, wait a minute. Now that I think of it, because Lance is in our latest movie, we will do it.
Yeah.
There
Because
you
he's
go.
the life of the party.
I like the idea.
It's a
of
good
doing
idea.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is. What about plays? You done plays?
Actually, I've never done any
Party
sounds like a
aside
director to
from
me.
did a couple.
I'm sorry. What? Ken?
I
What?
didn't say nothing.
Oh.
We have it on. We have it recorded. So,
So
why
you
don't
have
you
to-
repeat it? 'Cause I want-
You'll have to
I
listen
said it
back.
doesn't sound like a director to me.
Yeah, we want a director who wants parties.
Anyways, back to
That's what I
Lance.
thought.
Yeah.
What was that, Ken? I didn't
That's
catch
what I
that.
thought.
Okay. So no plays.
No plays.
So you went from doing voiceovers and then doing commercials and then doing independent movies. But
Yeah.
aren't you interested in going on the boards?
Maybe at some point.
Are you
I just
scared of it, or
No, it's probably
because
takes
of memorization, or?
no. It takes more of a time commitment. I mean,
Oh,
you
yeah,
have to have.
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah, big
know-
time commitment. Yeah, they stick you in those rehearsals for weeks, and then they stick you in a play for weeks.
Well, that's the thing. Even like John Kennedy had asked me, he was doing something after I had done that part with him.
Yeah.
And he wanted me to come out for it. And it was November, December, and there was just no way I was going to be available like that many weekends,
Right.
that close to the holidays and what have you. So it sounded great. I would have loved to have worked with him again.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't going to happen
For a play.
Yeah.
Huh.
At some point
It's
I
just
might.
too much because you don't have the time.
Yeah, it's a different thing. I mean, I haven't been pursuing it as much lately. 10 years ago when I was doing all of that, it was like 10, 15 years ago when I was doing the voice work and I was doing the acting and I was doing, like I said, I did a fair amount of commercial work, did a couple of the indie movies, and then I started working on the sets of a lot of things, like things that would come through town, whether it was commercial work or, indie movies that we're shooting here.
So you weren't acting, you were working behind the scenes.
Just working behind the scenes, getting on, just getting involved in any way that you could just plug in. If you weren't going to be in front of the camera, get behind it,
Wow.
Yeah. So just keeping your foot in it.
How did you get to be so articulate?
I kept talking.
Kept talking.
Yeah.
So
Practice makes
since the
perfect.
early days.
Yes.
And you have a big IQ, though, right? A high IQ, right?
I have no idea. I've never measured it.
It's kind of scary.
Yeah,
how
but you're a teacher, aren't you?
No.
Weren't you a
he
teacher?
just made that up. She just
No.
made that up. Are
I
you a
thought you were.
teacher?
No, but
Lance?
but you can learn a lot sometimes if you just listen to things I say.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
you're definitely.
Just like it's like the,
Yes.
the school of life with
Yes.
you.
I thought that you and I had a
Yeah.
conversation one time, and you lied to me and told me you were a
No.
teacher.
Actually,
No, you're
no.
probably misremembering. I don't think
I have
Lance would lie
I
to
have
you
no
like that.
memory.
No. Actually, I work for a company that we offer products to teachers and schools and students and things like that. So we're
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, could you learn Ken how to live?
I really don't know what point you're starting from, Ken. So
There you go.
Just assume ground zero.
yeah,
He's fresh. He's like a new daisy, just ready
There
to
you
be
go.
plucked.
New Daisy.
He's a new daisy.
I don't want to pluck your daisy. But
Hey.
What about music? Didn't you manage the Dolly Watchers? Or am I just misremembering that
I
one,
did
too?
manage the Dolly Watchers all the way through.
So that must have been weird juggling all those crazy maniac egos there, right? Terry's a maniac and Kent Weber's a maniac. Let's face facts, and they're all a bunch of maniacs. Those people, that Howie guy, they're all maniacs, right?
Yeah, but
Am I
they're
right?
all-
They're all maniacs.
Well, they're no.
Trying to get him on the spot, didn't you?
I thought you were gonna say yes. I thought you were gonna say yes.
No.
No, none of them are maniacs.
None of them are
I just
maniacs.
made that
They're-
up?
No,
They're just. I think you just made it up.
Has-
Yes.
Wait, let me ask you this question: Has anyone before me ever said, meaning like, for instance, Kent Weber and Terry Sullivan said they were maniacs? Am I the first person to say that ever?
I've never heard Kent or Terry say they were maniacs. Yeah.
Not them, about them. Have you heard other people say those guys are maniacs?
I'm not there for what everybody says.
Wow. Very
So
defensive
what was it
there.
like juggling those egos for years on end? Oh my God.
it was fun. I mean, like any,
was fun,
like,
wow.
well, let's put it this way: any creative endeavor, whether you're doing your movie, whether you're doing, whatever, there's going to be parts where it's, there's a little bit more stress and tension and like, getting things done. But bottom line is, it was a cool experience.
So you had a good rapport during that period with all the bar people you had to deal with, all those people.
Yeah.
Wow. It's because you just like know how to deal with people, don't you? You have a good rapport with people, don't you?
I think I'm pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you influence them at all? Like, did you say the Dolly Watchers play at 120 miles an hour? Are they, not miles per hour, but the decibel level, 120 decibels. Did you say played 120 decibels like you're landing on a runway?
No,
they did that all of a sudden. I'm like, what the?
What the who? What?
It was.
I think
Is that your idea?
No, actually, that wasn't.
So people would go home deaf.
well,
deafer.
That's why we started giving away earplugs at shows.
Well, there you go. But shouldn't you? Here's a better. Didn't you think it was a better idea as a manager? You don't give away earplugs. You turn the volume down. You don't go to 11 on everything.
I'm sorry. Rock and roll is about, it's high volume and what have you. And
But
if
it's not really if you're giving out the earplugs to the fans.
Well, that's just because,
Well, they could choose whether or not they wanted
Right.
to use
And
it.
Zurek says
They could
rock and
make
roll is
that
about
choice.
loud volume, and if you can't take it, we'll give you earplugs, fans.
Right. See?
Now that's good management.
Yeah. So you got earplugs. If you didn't need them, it's a souvenir.
Did they say Dolly Watchers on them?
No.
Dolly on one side and Watchers on the other one?
No, you probably would have just been able to fit like a D and a W.
Oh, did you do
No,
that?
no, because
No, we didn't.
if you turn them sideways, they had little nipples on them.
Right.
Yes.
And I think if you put DW on them, a lot of film aficionados would be thinking you're talking about Griffiths, Don't you think?
That could have caused problems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about
Then-
cinema? You must love cinema.
Yeah.
Cinema. That's not a trick question. I'm not trying to trick you. You love cinema. He's like, wait a minute.
That was-
Yes. I
I'm
guess
never
so.
sure. I just think it's going to be a loaded question.
That was an easy one. You love cinema. There was no agenda about people or money or anything.
It was just
I'm just trying to
Do
read
you love
ahead,
cinema?
that's all.
It was
Yes.
a
How's
rapid.
Connie McEwen? Is she a good actor? Yeah, she's great.
It
What
was
about,
a-
what about Terry Sullivan? Is he the maniac? No. But you love cinema? Cinema?
It's a little bit of
I
a.
have to think twice.
It was a little bit. There was no real segue into that.
Think about it.
There was too. We
There
were
was
talking
no
about.
segue.
Trying to be cautious, man.
Yeah.
You have any
Nothing
interest,
wrong with
Lance?
I still don't. No.
You still don't.
I still
You're
don't.
less interested than ever, probably after this
Yes.
half hour. No, but do you love cinema?
I do actually love cinema.
Any particular great movies over the years that really influenced you? In your acting, did that ever happen? Actors or did any actors ever influence
Actually,
you?
probably less any particular actor. Although sometimes you just watch something and you go like, "Oh wow, that's great." But I probably say less actors and more directors.
Oh, like what directors really had a big influence and with their great artistry? Anyone in particular?
Oh, seriously, I mean, it could be somebody.
Seriously, this is
Yeah.
not a trick question. Just famous directors.
I never know with you.
You
I
can
know
even
who I'm
say,
talking
you
to.
can even say Martin Scorsese's a fucking maniac. You can say that because you don't know him.
Yeah.
You swore.
Well, actually, I do think Scorsese's great.
Is he a
Actually,
maniac? He and Spielberg, are they maniacs?
I don't know if they're maniacs.
You don't really know them that well to say they're.
I don't.
You never heard them called maniacs.
You say
before.
maniacs, I'm thinking of Flashdance. So
Yeah,
it's like
right.
that's
So you like? Who do you say? Scorsese.
Scorsese's good. Actually, there is
He is
a
good.
there's
That's why he
a
won the Academy Award that one time.
there's a foreign director, Bellatar, who's great.
Bellatar. Now, isn't
Yeah.
Bellatar the one with like the 6-hour movies that are the glacial pace? And Ken, you would not like these movies, buddy. They're 6 hours long. They're
Some. Not all.
They're six and a half foreign.
Do they
Subtitles,
have the,
6 hours.
Oh, I don't like that shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but great atmosphere. I mean, there's actually a shorter movie that's probably about 90 minutes. It's called Damnation.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's just, it looks great.
And Paul is leaving again.
Very atmospheric.
Can't take Lance's BS. Is that what you're doing?
She got
Just sick of Lance's
stretching her
BS.
limbs.
Sorry, this has only happened once before. We had Attila the Hun on, and Paul got the heck out, and here you are. And she never leaves when guests are here, except now with you twice.
She's stretching her limbs.
She's probably just checking on the wood
I
shopper.
thought you had a good
No, but
rapport with
she had to
people.
get her
What happened to good
glasses.
rapport with people?
You look at, she's back.
Oh, she's back.
See?
You're just putting glasses on?
Yeah.
So you can see Lance better?
Yeah.
It's right there. Look at
couldn't
him.
see the
Yeah.
I
guest.
was worried about Richard.
You were, because the wood chopper.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe he got
We
caught.
heard the wood chopper
There would
twice
have been
in the other
screaming.
room.
I think there would have
You
been
think so?
screaming. Yeah.
Yeah, the
You
rest
would
of
have
the
seen
people are
blood come
dead.
through the doorway here. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
If I had known you were so great as a guest, they would have had you on before. I've only been doing
Many
this. How
returns.
long have I been doing this for? 21 years.
Many returns.
You haven't been on the show before,
I
Lance?
haven't been on the show before.
No.
You've managed to avoid it up to this point.
But now you're like a regular in my repertory company. You were in my movie.
Yeah.
Shot that in the fall, and now you're here in the spring on the TV YouTube show. Come on.
So I'm chalking up the credits
next
now,
up,
yeah.
I want to see you and Bad Ronald singing along with me on stage and playing tambourine. How about that, buddy?
We'll see.
Shit.
You can probably sing pretty well, right? You get the voice. You got the voice.
I've actually never sang.
Oh, but you never acted before the late '90s either. Did
That's
you?
true.
You never did voice over work before the late '90s.
I could just be holding back. It's another untapped
Lance,
vein.
don't you think with the untapped vein there that when Bad Ronald plays and does a gig sometime like in the next 2 or 3 years, we should have you come and sing a song and lead, and I'll be over in the corner and let's see what you have. That would be fun for you. It'll be a whole new experience. Get on the other side of the lights for once.
Back.
And we'll bring earplugs and everything.
Hey,
Okay.
he's back.
Now, what song is this going to be ending? We only got a few seconds, but let's listen to Dolly Watchers, I guess, right? Yeah.
That'll be Dolly
Hopefully.
Watchers, yeah.
Thanks for being on, Lance.
Thanks for having me.
You were great. He was good, wasn't he, Ken?
Definitely.
Yeah. I like most of our crummy guests we have on.
Oh, he's telling me.
Sorry, that's all the time we have.
They're go all
Okay.
the crummy
Wow, that
guys.
was quick.
Put the whole Dolly Watchers.
Let's go.
Not the whole snippet. But
Yeah.
That was fun, huh?
That was good.
You were a good guest.
You were great.
Thank you.
Despite the fact she got out left twice.
Well,
Left twice?
I wasn't planning on being here.